you know, we can always be out Googled, we can always be outpriced, we can always be out delivered in terms of delivery, but never ever get outperformed on service. I do like the bravado, the B in celebrities bravado. What does that mean? I said be brave. Coming up with ideas that you've got a good feeling it's going to put a smile on somebody's face, but being brave enough to see them through. Because if you were to release a campaign, if you were to do something, and even a thank you gift might be one of those things, if you were to do something, you may not have 100% success rate of people thinking you are incredible. You might have one or two moaners. And one of the greatest examples I ever come across many, many, many years ago, and they're a wonderful client of mine now. It's the Best Western hotel chain. And Haley and I, we stayed there 11 years ago. And Grace was like not even one. She was tiny, bless her. She was in the hotel and she woke up at 5 o'clock. I know you're just a little girl yourself, so it's yeah, be prepared. And Grace used to wake up at 5 o'clock every morning, you know. So quickly jumping out of bed. We're in this hotel. It was the first time we stayed in this hotel, and got changed, got the milk, and all the rest of it. And we opened the door at about 5 in the morning on a Sunday morning. And there on the next to the door frame, as we opened the door, was an Easter egg. This huge, great big Mars bar Easter egg. Right, I've still got the box. It's one of my props somewhere in it. Still got the box. And I opened the door. Being a new parent, as you know, you don't even know what day it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we completely forgot it was Easter Sunday. And I went, oh my word, Easter, of course it is. I totally forgot. And as I went to pick up, I looked down the hallway, and there was an Easter egg beside every door. And one thing went through my head. Nobody would know. Fill the car up. It'd be perfect. No, I didn't. One thing went through my head. Just brilliant idea. And what wholesale price? What, 80 pence?
Yeah, something like that.
Every room got one. And I took it away, and I've still got the box to this day. And I rang up a week later, and I said, "Can I speak to your manageress, please?" She said, "Oh, speaking." I said, "Oh, my name is Geoff Ramm. I stayed with you last Saturday night." She went, "Uh-huh." I said, I got the Easter egg on the Sunday morning. She went, "Yeah." I said, and I told her what I did for a living. I said, "Look, I speak on customer experience, customer service." I said, "This is what I do. I would love to use this as a prop. Do you mind if I use this box in my talks?" She said, will you mention the York Pavilion Hotel in York?" I said, "I'll mention the York Pavilion Hotel in York." Mentioning it again. And I said, "It's brilliant." She says, "I'm so glad you rang." I said, "Why?" She said, "Last week we had 2 complaints." I said, "Really? What?" She said, "Somebody come down with the box, put it on the counter and said, 'I'm diabetic.' And I said, what was the other complaint?" She said, "Somebody rang down and said, 'This is wholly inappropriate. This is a time for Jesus, not a time for chocolate.'"
Okay.
And I went, "Tell him to shut up." And I was like, "Oh my word." And she said, "I'm so glad you rang. I'm going to continue to do this from now on." And she's had, 98 people think it was brilliant and great.
Yeah.
You're always going to have 1 or 2 that might just... Now, if you have 98 people complaining, 2 think it's great, stop. But how many times do we come up with an idea that we've got a good feeling it's going to be great for clients? Not everybody's going to love it, but if the vast majority do, don't stop. Be brave enough to keep going. We can't keep anybody happy nowadays. You know, some great thing happens in the world, some wonderful thing, like a royal wedding and 2 people in love, and you still got people moaning on Twitter saying, "Shut up." You know, just shut up. You know, but we've got to be brave enough. You have to be brave enough. I could honestly, I could talk all day, James, about my favourites, but excitement, the thank you is a big one. But if you bring all these components together, these 9 components together, and challenge yourself, challenge your team, look at every touch point within your customer experience, within yourself, your business, you would come up with ideas that you never had before.
Mm.
Come up with ways in which you think, oh, that's so easy, so simple. And yes, it's going to take you an extra 30, 40 seconds to create. It's going to be remembered in 30, 40 years' time in that minds of that customer. You know, we can always be out Googled. We can always be out priced. We can always be out delivered in terms of delivery, but never ever get outperformed on service.
Mm.
Never. Come on.
It's so cool, man. And you are right about the bravery thing, because what tends to happen is companies build their experiences and their processes and their offerings for the lowest common denominator. That's either going to be the person that whinges the most, the person that's most likely to defraud them. I mean, that's an interesting one. Like, for instance, banks treat us all like we are potential fraudsters instead of treating us all like normal people. And then it's same with insurance companies. I've had this before. You make an insurance claim and they immediately treat you as if you're lying. Why wouldn't they treat you as if you're telling the truth? And then maybe if you make the same claim next week, then they maybe go, no, all right, that's enough. Your house didn't burn down again.
Talking about that, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and it's we build our experiences and our service to cater for those people who whinge the most, who moan the most. But then you've got to ask your question, and this is a question that a lot of people won't ask themselves. Do I actually really even want that person as a customer? Do I even want somebody like that as a customer? And the reason they don't ask it is because the answer, unfortunately, most of the time is no, I do not.